First responders are rushing to help people escape the devastation caused by the California wildfires. Another group is rushing out to rescue wildlife. We partnered with Juergens for today's good news story of the day. From the Wildlife Disaster Network is veterinarian Jamie Peyton. Hey, Jamie, good morning.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much for letting me be here.
Of course.
Really excited.
Very important work you're doing. What types of animals are you treating now from the fires? What are you seeing the most of?
So right now, about the last 6 weeks, we've brought in both mountain lions, bears, adult bears, juvenile bears, coyotes, foxes, and a really feisty bobcat right now. All of them suffering pretty severe burns to their feet. Some have burns on their face, and then other ones are suffering from injuries from inhaling all the smoke. Just like people, they can get lung injury and heart injuries as well.
And you have developed a special technique to treat the burns. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's wildlife comes with a few extra challenges in veterinary medicine because, unlike a dog or cat, you can't just go into the pen and treat a burn bear. So we can only do therapy so often, every few days, as well as they don't always take their pain medication despite all the tasty treats. And you can't use regular bandages because if they eat them, they can get an obstruction in their intestine. So we actually designed a biological bandage from fish skin, tilapia specifically. And what it does is it acts like sort of like a fake skin to cover that wound and really help with pain relief, which is the most important for these injuries, covering those nerve endings, to protecting the wound from bacteria and other trauma. And 3, the tilapia skin has collagen in it, which is sort of like tissue that acts as a scaffold that cells can grab onto and move across a wound and help it heal faster. And then, of course, if they eat it, it's not a big deal because it's all natural.
I'm surprised the bears don't just naturally immediately eat it because, bears kind of like to eat everything.
I know. No, it's a good question. What's interesting is that the bears don't recognize it as fish because it doesn't smell like fish anymore. It's truly a bandage after it's sterilized in the lab at UC Davis. And then the other really fascinating thing about animals is when it hurts them, when they have pain, they will lick at something. That's how they show that something hurts. And so when we put the bandages on them, they actually stop. They don't bother those wounds anymore, and they leave the fish skin on. So it's really remarkable watching them go from not walking to walking when we put the bandages on.
And Jamie, after you work on the animals and you heal them, do you let them back into the wildlife?
Yes, that's always the goal. With the wildlife, these animals that we're finding, our goal is to get them back literally on their feet after several weeks of care. We're finding these animals in people's driveways after wildfires, unable to walk and crawling. And so with care, usually just a few weeks, they're able to get back out there and go back into the environment that is part of their home.
Well, Jamie, keep up the great work. It's such a pleasure to meet you. Thanks for coming on and sharing with us today.
Thank you so much.
If you'd like to learn more on the Wildlife Disaster Network, you can go to our website. We'll put it all up there, kellyandryan.com. Bye, Jamie. We'll be right back. Stay with us.